morning. How are you guys feeling? Tired? Pretty tired, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start with a story. I teach a co-catechism class on Saturdays, meaning that I help teach young children about the Catholic faith and its values. During one of my classes, I wanted to establish that doing bad things does not inherently make you a bad person because everybody makes mistakes, right? That's when one of my students raises their hand and goes, like how mentally ill people sometimes hurt others not because they're bad people, but because they need medical assistance. This kid is 10 years old. They are in the fourth grade. Can you believe that? When I was in the fourth grade, I didn't know what mental health was, let alone the kind of impact one's emotions can have at that kind of level, especially the fact that they can be issues that could be resolved medically. When my student said this, it got me thinking a little bit more about education. The younger we are, the easier it is for us to learn. That is what I was taught while I was growing up. And these children are capable of understanding psychology on a basic level. Not just understanding what psychology is, but understanding the level of influence it can have on a person's life. And so, it follows that one way we can improve mental health in our society is by educating the children. Children learn how to stay safe because of the things that our parents and teachers tell us. Look both ways before you cross the road. Put on your seatbelt when you're in a car. Eat healthy, exercise, get proper sleep, things like that. And with the same logic in mind, we can teach students and children how to identify and handle emotional and mental problems before they spiral into something a lot more serious. We can teach kids to normalize emotions, normalize negative emotions, normalize positive emotions, normalize taking care of and expressing emotions. We can teach children to take care of their mental health as naturally as they take care of their physical health. Now, when I say education, I don't exactly mean young children, and I don't exactly mean the school's education system, because that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is called mental health transparency, meaning being open and honest about every single emotion. As many are likely aware, there is a level of taboo when it comes to speaking about our problems, especially ones that have to deal with the mind. When we're asked how we're feeling, many of us will default to, I'm fine, or I'm tired, when in truth, many of us could be feeling exhausted, or sad, or angry, or worse, depressed or anxious. Many people, myself included, have stated on record that opening up about your issues is difficult for a multitude of reasons. We don't want to worry people. We think that we're making our problems bigger than they seem. We don't know if anybody cares about our problems. We don't know if anybody can help with those problems. But if that taboo is broken, and people are able to speak freely about their mental health, then they are more willing and prepared to do so. And if they are more willing to do so, then they are more willing to take care of themselves or seek professional help in the form of a therapist or other sorts of medication. Now, I realize that opening up about your serious issues is not at all easy. It's very difficult to speak about something so personal and so potentially dark. But it is imperative that we are brave and that we trust the people in our community, especially our friends and our families. And so in an attempt to get the ball rolling, please allow me to go ahead and start. My name is Matthew Kimball. And for the past few years, I have been struggling with social anxiety and depression. It doesn't really seem like it as I stand in front of a crowd and tell them one of my most personal secrets, but it's true. There is no one singular cause. I just know that I am this way, and there are countless reasons why. Every day, my head runs through a series of questions. Am I being useful to the people I care about? Is there a reason why I should be here? Would anybody notice if I wasn't here? Would anybody care? And those questions, along with several others, loops in my head again and again and again until I am lying awake at 2 in the morning because I can't sleep. Until I find myself passing out as soon as I get home from school and not waking up until it's almost midnight. I would love to stand on this stage and tell you that despite all of my troubles, I'm going to be all right, because that would be ideal, but it's not the truth, because I don't know. I don't know if everything is going to be okay in the future. I don't know what the future is like for someone like me. I don't know if I'm going to feel like I belong anywhere. I don't know if I'm ever going to feel that level of connection I want to feel with someone. I don't know if I'll enjoy the person that I see looking back at me in the mirror. And being optimistic is a virtue, but it isn't something that I can do. But that is exactly why I'm here, because I want a world where people can feel connected to others, where people can speak about their passions, their troubles, their interests, anything that comes to their mind and feel good about it. I want people to be willing and open to talk about everything that goes on in their head, everything, positive, negative, or just nothing. I don't know what the future holds for me, and if I have to be honest, I keep thinking that it doesn't look very good. So I'm asking all of you to prove me wrong. I'm asking you all to go out there and research about mental health, scientifically proven methods that are beneficial to one's mental health, how to identify mental health issues. And I'm asking you to talk. I am asking you to talk with your community, to talk with your friends, to talk to your parents, to make them understand how you feel. Because we are more than our negative emotions and our positive emotions. We are an amalgam of every emotion. And to hide that, any of that, for whatever reason, is to be ingenuine to those that we care about. We trust our friends and our family, so we should be open about everything. You don't have to stand on a stage and tell everybody about your worst insecurities like I just did. That's very dramatic. But I am asking you to please be brave and talk about how you aren't okay, or talk about what makes you happy. Talk to everybody that you trust, and be more willing to trust other people. Because if everybody is willing to talk about this, then people aren't afraid to hide anymore, and people don't have to be like me. We can do this. We can make a world in which people are not afraid to be themselves, because they are prepared to take care of their mental health, because they know exactly what their head is going through, and they know that they have people that they can turn to without fail. And I have one last question for you. How are you feeling?